Hi everyone, welcome back to Terra Normal. My name is Tara. Today I have with me again, Brandy.
Hello again.
I mean that again in like a bad way.
Again.
Again, come on. No, I'm just kidding. No, Brandy is nice enough to record these whenever I want. So
Pretty much.
I have her on retainer just whenever. But so today we are going to talk about something that a lot of people have brought up to me and like brought to my attention recently. And it's the fact that all of our like smart, like quote unquote smart devices are listening to us.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that when we have this computer on us at all times, and no matter what, they're always listening to us. Especially like you look at like the iPhone or whatever, that you say, "Hey Siri," and it pops up and you can talk to it. Or like you were mentioning earlier, the Google Home or Alexa, or I don't know the difference between all of them, but
That device.
yeah, the little like home device where you summon it to have them play like your favorite song or tell you the weather, anything. So I mean, they're basically at your beck and call. But the fact of the matter is that they don't get turned off. And that I think is what creeps me out and creeps a lot of people out. And not that I have a lot to share. Like, it's not that if somebody were listening to me in a day that I would be incriminated for anything. I'm really a very boring person. But I think it's just like that privacy that we all want and crave being breached. And I don't know, it's just so creepy.
Yeah. Just like the movie, it's called Why Him.
I think I've seen that.
They have, I can't think of the name of it, but they have this speaker in the ceiling, and like everywhere you go, you can talk to her. And there's a scene in it where the dad's going to the bathroom, and she's like they have no toilet paper, they don't use paper products. And she's all, "Oh, I'll just give you a minute." Like she could smell it. Like, it was creepy. Like, you'd have to watch the movie to understand it. But it's like this thing follows them all the way around the house and, like, knows exactly what they need.
Really?
Talks to them back like it's a real human.
Really? There's this Simpsons episode, and I think it's a Halloween episode, maybe. But basically, the Simpsons have, like, this smart home, and they start just interacting with it, like, and it serves them their favorite food, cleans up after them, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like in love with Marge, and so the smart house like tries to kill off Homer to, have Marge to himself. And I don't know, I think there is like some scary underlying thing under that. Like, apart from the Simpsons being able to freaking predict the future, but
yeah,
there's something scary about that. And it's like robots. I mean, this is kind of a different subject. But when you think about like robots or something, it's like these beings, these machines that we're letting into our lives that have the ability to take over, take us over. And that scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that freaks me out. So it's kind of along those same lines when you talk about like your smartphones or whatever being able to pick up what you're hearing. Like,
yes.
Have you? I think it's like this. It was this video floating around on like Facebook and just YouTube for a while there. It was basically this guy that was saying that he didn't have a cat. Like, he and his wife don't have a cat, but they're like, we're going to talk about cat food for the next 10 minutes and see if the phone really is, in fact, listening to us. And they'd be like, oh, we need to get some cat food, we want cat food. I bet the cat needs food. We're out of, how's the cat? Like, talking about the cat and stuff. And then all of a sudden, when they next got on their phone, all these advertisements for, like, cat food or kitty litter or whatever started popping up. When it's like, they never had a cat. They've never searched for anything about cats.
Mm-hmm.
So why would that come up? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes when I see, if I'm on Facebook or Instagram, I'll see little advertisements for something that I've, like, looked up.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, I was just on that website on my phone, and I'm still on my phone, so it's just, like, pulling from things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. It knows that I shop it, on Amazon, and I was looking at these shirts or whatever. And then when, like, there have been a couple instances where I have been looking at something on a computer, and then I start scrolling on my phone, and it starts showing me what everything is. And granted, like, some accounts are connected from my, like my computer account is connected to my phone and stuff, like my email and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there is a lot of, like, communication between those two things, but I'm like, that's a lot of communication. I don't know. It's just really weird to me.
That's freaky.
Yeah. I don't know. We were trying to remember, because the other day you were saying something about something you were even thinking about, and then it popped up on Facebook, but I can't think we can remember. I can't think of what it was. And
oh, yes, it was like Gems and Rocks.
Oh yeah,
the expo thing.
Yeah,
I was, like, literally thinking about it to myself. I wish there was someplace close that had, like, a bunch of rocks and gems, and I'm just scrolling through Facebook, and there it is. Like,
Gem Fair's coming.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like these
reading my
really,
mind.
Yeah. It's taken a step farther than just, like, listening to you.
Yeah.
Now it's like reading you. I don't know. It's just so creepy to me. But there's one instance where it really, like, started freaking me out. I was in the store. I remember it was a couple years ago. And at least 2 or 3 years ago. So it's been a little while. But I was in the grocery store with my sister. And we were like, what should we have for dinner? And literally, we were just, like, talking about dinner, and we were like, oh, we should get Chinese. Like, that sounds good. Literally, she pulls up her phone and looks at, like, I think she said something to Suri, like, what should we have for dinner? And it pulled up Chinese food restaurants. And, like, do you want Chinese?
Nope.
And I don't know, like, maybe that is a really big coincidence and doesn't sound as creepy, but in the moment we were like, ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Suri is listening to us at all times, and that just kind of freaked me out. I don't know. But there's been a few instances with that.
Yeah. It happens to me all the time where I'm just, like, looking at stuff, and then all of a sudden it's on Facebook or my email. I'm like,
You're all of a sudden just, like, bombarded with everything. It's crazy. I don't know. It makes me really question everything that we're putting out there.
We're actually not private.
No.
They're actually probably hearing us now, whatever, and whoever it is.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, whoever it is, but also, like, they're hackers and stuff out there that can, like, gather your information, and, like, you see, or you hear stories of people, like, hacking into baby monitors or, like, home security systems.
Makes me so sick.
And, like, looking at you.
Yeah,
through your home cameras.
We have a bunch throughout the house, and it freaks me out.
Yeah, because it's like you don't know who it could be, and it's obviously something that is, you know, existing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. I think that kind of goes along with the same, I don't know, kind of thing of everything's listening to you and some, whatever it is. It's like the government or just like
Aliens.
stores or hackers. I don't know. But that all kind of ties into something else we wanted to talk about, which is social media and like how it, in my opinion, kind of changes you a little bit.
Yeah.
And Brandy, you just recently got off of like Facebook and stuff. Like not completely, but
I'm not on it as much. I'll still scroll through and like watch videos, but I'm not really posting and sharing videos and pictures and stuff like I was.
Mm-hmm. And you said that was making you like happier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like changed your.
I wanted to cleanse myself.
Yeah.
And I do feel better.
Yeah. I have another friend who did that with Instagram lately, and he completely like deleted his Instagram account, his Facebook account, and I think he just started a new Instagram just to have like pictures to share with like family and friends.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But he's like, I was like following all these people, and it was really getting me down and like depressed. But
yeah,
you know, it's just like this weird thing that it does to your mind, like these computers and everything. And kind of to fall back into like the line of like paranormal, you think about the way that these, especially Instagram, I don't go on Facebook as much as I used to, but when you go on Instagram, it's, you know, all these influencers who show like these amazing, they're on these amazing vacations. They're wearing designer clothes, shoes, you know, they are just like look perfect. And it just makes you feel like crap and then makes you want to also be perfect.
Yeah.
Which is that's not possible. But like I said, kind of getting into like the paranormal part of it, or not really paranormal, but maybe conspiracy of it all, is that it's all this way of like getting more consumers and like getting more money out of people. And so it's like this little thing that seems so nice and friendly of, oh, let's talk to our friends and family, and you know, share photos with people that we usually don't get to talk to all that often.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just turns into like greed. You know?
Yeah, big time.
I don't know, because I rarely get on Instagram and see friends and family's postings. I mean, I do, but they're all hidden under all the other ones that are trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
And all those ones that are trying to sell you stuff is all stuff that you've talked about before. So
yeah,
I feel like it's all like connected in a way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't really figured that out, like what it all means, but I don't know. It's like it's destroying us as a society almost.
It's getting worse. Like,
It is.
what happened? Like, what would we have done if we never had cell phones and internet? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just call me old fashioned, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I wonder what like the next generation will think, because we, for the most part, grew up not having all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yes, nothing.
So, you know, I didn't get a cell phone until I was a senior year in high school.
Yes, same here.
So, I didn't
We
know.
were 17, 18. Now kids
Yeah.
are getting them at like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
So, I don't know, it's like a way, it almost makes me feel like it's like a way of like controlling or something. Or being controlled by something.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we can like, our generation can look back and be like, well, if they took our phones away or they took all of our stuff away, it would suck, but I would be fine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It would take a lot of adjusting because at this point I've kind of gotten used to it all.
Yeah, that's how it is.
But I would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the next generations to come could be more paralyzed by it.
Yeah. It's getting there.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but it's something really, really weird to think about. Like, is it a way of, are these like smartphones a way of us being like controlled or put into a box and like, because you mentioned earlier, like, now you see people on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, or you just text them and you never see them face to face anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's like relationship is internet relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because especially a lot of it's family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of my, like, I do have people on Facebook that, you know, I don't see because they're out of state, or you just want to keep in touch with them because of your parents knowing them for years, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, why I don't want to get rid of it. But at the same time, it's like, you guys are down the street from me, like, why do I have to share it on social media?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's that we're all kind of being disengaged from each other, you know? Like, even sometimes I'll think about it with you, like, we'll do, like, the Marco Polo thing app and, like, do that back and forth. I'm like, why aren't we just calling each other and having a conversation? But I'm like, it is fun. we do see each other a lot.
Yeah.
Outside of that.
Speaking of Marco Polo, actually, I went a little bit ago, I think I told you, I went through and just cleaned out the polos, I deleted them, and it said, it will be deleted so you can't see, but it will still be saved. Where is it being saved?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, let me see if it'll say it. I'm going to try and delete one. But yeah, I remember it doing that. And I was like...
So, like, what database is it being saved in?
I don't know. There's a lot of personal stuff. I say to you.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily... It wouldn't mean anything to anyone else, but... Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things, like, you wouldn't want to get out to other people.
So, I just deleted one, okay? It says, delete Polo in big, capital black letters. You don't need to delete polos to save space. They're saved on the server, smiley face. Deleting this polo will remove it for you and others in this conversation. So what server is it being saved on? Like,
obviously their server, but why do they need to save all of these conversations? Ooh, be careful, guys, if you're using that. You could do a lot of damage to somebody with that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't realize it said that. I've never tried to delete any of them. So I didn't know it said that, but...
I know, I just remembered. I was like, oh, you know what?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
It's, like, ridiculous. Oh.
You can't get away from, like, your past at all these days.
Yeah, and another thing, like, if I take a picture on my phone or screenshot something, Google will be like, this photo was saved. How would you like to save it? Or something like that. I'm like, God, stop it.
I know. It's crazy. There's this other thing that people were freaking out about probably about a year ago, I think. iPhones. I guess it was only iPhones. Maybe it wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you typed in like bra into like the search of photos, it would pull up all photos of people with like the bra showing or whatever. So it's like the phone is like smart enough to just recognize different areas. So, I mean, imagine, your phone is on you all the time.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I've been like getting dressed or whatever, and my phone's just laying on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what it's seeing? Who knows what it could be picking up?
Who knows if that little camera's going, "Rrr."
Yeah, exactly. Like they always say to like cover your computer camera, but I don't know anybody that covers their phone. I don't even think about it. But if you do think about it, like there is like a front and a back side to your camera phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's really, really interesting to think about.
I wonder what happens with like a regular camcorder and camera.
I don't know. But it's some crazy stuff. And I just kind of wonder where it's all going.
Yeah, especially my polos.
Yeah.
They're deleted, so me and you can't see them, but someone else still is, so.
Yeah. Why would it be that... But there's no way for you to retrieve them, though.
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that it's like... I mean, I don't want, like, anybody to come after me, but it doesn't have to be, like, the government or, like, something bigger. It could just be, like, some perverts, like, taking these things and keeping them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's creepy. I wonder if you deleted your account, if that
I don't know.
would keep everything. Or if things just are saved for a certain amount of time. It's creepy. I don't know. I think that's kind of about where I wanted to land with this social media stuff, though, for today. I don't know if you have anything else to add, but...
I do. I want to get in a quick story that happened to me last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really big into social media posting my life.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly I've gotten better. This year, the 2019 year, I wanted to cleanse a lot better. So I decided to set all my pictures and albums private just for me to see. I didn't delete them. Well, I also had set my wedding one private. And I had got some messages from a few people asking, why are you doing this? Why did you do it? And I had to explain myself to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't feel like I want to share my life on social media. I shouldn't have to explain why I'm doing this. It's my pictures, my life, but other people got so mad at me for it. And it was a couple of people. I'm like, I don't understand this. I'm like,
so interesting.
I'm not keeping it from my kids, like, there's no hate towards you. There's nothing. It's just, I decided it for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so interesting, like...
that just blew my mind.
Yeah. That people would take it so personally and stuff.
There was a few.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I just couldn't believe it.
But again, you're, like, doing it for, like, the safety of...
Yeah, my
like,
kids.
keeping things private.
Things are getting worse with people.
Yeah.
How do I know that somebody doesn't have my kids' pictures already?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like you can do... like I've seen where people do like the Google image search thing on their own picture, and people have like stolen those pictures and like made fake profiles out of them, or like done weird things to them. So I don't know. There's just like, there's no telling what people would do. And so I can totally see a parent wanting to keep their kids private, because, you never know what kind of creepers out there.
Yeah.
So, or if they live close by and they can keep tabs on what's going on with your kids. Mm-hmm. And then, they're some creepy molester and they're going to come after them. You never know what kind of person's going to be out there. So it's like, may as well keep yourself safe.
It was just... I couldn't get over that for a while.
Yeah.
And that happened like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. It's like the social media stuff. It's like all
It's taking over.
It's like tearing us all apart.
It blows my mind. Like, I don't even have words
I know.
to even explain or say how I'm feeling about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna let you know how my kids are growing up and all this over social media.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know. I've just changed a lot, and I guess I'm just doing it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
So
I know. I've been really wanting to cut back. I'm not really on Facebook much anymore. It's still on there.
yeah.
I feel like every time I go on there, it's like someone has some drama that they're talking about or whatever. And
I like doing it to sending you messages, like videos and stuff. I like doing that.
Yeah.
Sharing stuff.
But like, I don't know. I've really wanted to try to get off of like Instagram because I kind of agree with like my friend who's like, this is just kind of depressing. But the fact is, like, I have this podcast now, and ironically, like, now I'm kind of attached to it and need it. So I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, I think it could be good for some things, but
yeah. I mean, like,
I don't know.
like
It's
YouTube,
getting kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube's good. You can post like videos of like dogs and whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I guess it all depends on like who you're posting and what you're posting it for.
If it's like personal, I don't know.
You never know. You never know what creepiness is out there. So that's just all I have to say about that.
Yep.
All right. Should we wrap it up from there? Well, ironically, go follow me on Instagram at Paranormal Podcast.
On Facebook.
And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Brandy, for being here.
You're welcome.
All right. Until next time. Bye.